So we'll get back onto the losing streak that the Lakers are currently having.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's bad. Actually, no. I'm sorry.
So obviously, when it came back to like when the Lakers had a lot of overtime games, if you remember, against the Pistons, the Thunder, they went into a lot of overtime games, and LeBron James had over 40 minutes each of those games. What was the subject then? A lot of people were worried about LeBron James. What's his minutes? LeBron James. Oh my God, is he tired? LeBron James. He's old. Like those were all the subject lines and a lot of concerns.
Yeah.
So here's LeBron James after last night's loss to the Washington Wizards, addressing the media about his health.
LeBron, who keeps you honest when it comes to your workload? Like, obviously, you have the competitive juices, and you keep yourself in shape to be able to make yourself available for your teammates. But is there someone who is like, hey, maybe we're going too far right now. We should look at finding some ways to rest.
I'm resting now. I'm sitting here talking to you guys. I'm resting when I get in my car and head home. I'm resting when I get home. I'll rest tomorrow. I think this whole narrative of, LeBron needs more rest, or I should take more rest, or I should take time here, has become a lot bigger than what it actually really is. I've never talked about it. I don't talk about it. I don't believe in it. We all need more rest. I mean, this is a fast turnaround from last season, and we all wish we could have more rest. But, I'm here to work, and I'm here to punch my clock in and be available to my teammates. And if I'm hurt or if I'm not feeling well, then we can look at it then. But I have nothing but honest people around me, but I'm also honest with myself as well.
When he said, if I'm hurt, I'm like, no, knock on wood. Like, no, knock on all the wood you could see.
No, I would say that LeBron James saying that, I'm glad he said that.
Yeah.
Because you see a lot of people, I won't say who, Clippers, that are really concerned about their load management. And there's a lot of players that on certain nights won't play.
So do you think he's doing this to set an example? Just because I know he has to read comments on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, social media. He's got to know what they're chirping about. So something tells me for sure he's doing this more because he just wants to prove everybody wrong about the whole load management thing.
I heard something that Jeff Van Gundy said during the Miami Heat Lakers game. And what he said was, LeBron is so rare. I'm paraphrasing here, but LeBron is so rare.
Yeah.
That he's the old school type of. He's the last of the breed that played every single game, or as many as they can, before they didn't consider load management a problem. He literally is trying to play every single game, and to that I take my hat off to him, because how many people were trying to be like AC Green had they not had an injury?
Yeah.
But a lot of people remember you and I are pro wrestling fans.
Yeah.
How many of those guys worked on the road 300 days a year?
To be honest, the only one I can remember is The Miz, and he actually just won again, the title. He's never been injured because he's safe about it, but
right. But
it's rare.
But I'm saying back in the 90s, remember The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H,
they're hurt
yeah, and they're still wrestling every night. And then it's just now, because of CM Punk, they're going oh, maybe we should take this seriously. And without a doubt, they should take it seriously. But rest was not an option back in the day in the 90s or even in the 2000s.
And it's that tough, it's just that toughness, that grittiness that, back in the day we would, wrestle in snow barefoot, and then we would drink the snow, and after we'd pee in it, and blah, 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 blah. So it's that old school mentality, which I get. I'm a little bit of that when it comes to stand-up and, with comedy. I'm that, I'm a little, hard on, I guess, the younger comics, but this is because it just toughened me, and now I used to think that. But with LeBron, I mean, that's why I feel yes, he is setting that example, but at the same time, dude, you're kind of older now, and you should be just he doesn't have to. I feel maybe he should chill and let some other people rise up a little bit, a lot of other team members kind of rising, Taylor Horton Tucker, maybe. I don't know.
You're okay with the load management?
Only because here's the thing. I mean, the only people that talk about negative about load management are other opposing fans and opposing teams and stuff like that. So it's not Laker fans are going, oh, load management. But I mean, no one's paying tickets to see LeBron live. No one's paying to see it. I mean, it's just a game right now at this point. It's just the whole point of it is just to get to June, the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I see it. But I mean, at the same time, LeBron's right. Yeah, he rests in between and that kind of stuff. But or just he does eventually rest. But I don't know, man. Like sometimes I feel like he's pushing himself a little too hard, and as Ryan Ward said before on the show, that he thinks that there's some records that he's just trying to aim, and if he misses any games, then there goes less of a chance of achieving that. So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, that could be that. I think. Look, I admire the San Antonio Spurs, and I admire Greg Popovich.
Yeah.
He was the person that comes to mind in my I'm pretty sure there are other players that did it, or like other coaches that did it, but they're the ones that come to mind when I remember they were the first team getting fined for trying to do the resting thing.
Yeah.
Like Tim Duncan, if they were trying to sit out Tony Parker and Ginobili,
all their starters.
The league would fine them.
Yeah.
And then you saw that kind of spread out throughout the league of oh, maybe we should try doing this with other teams. And the league kind of let it happen to an extent. And then now the Clippers are the recent team that's probably the face of load management.
And that's mainly because of just, see, I'm assuming it's just more business. That's the reason why they're mad.
But
right?
what I'm trying to say is since we did the history of it, I think I admire them for doing that. But now taking in consideration, I also admire and I respect the people that are able to be the Iron Man or somebody that wants to go out because they're truly passionate about it. Because we're in a day and age where it's all about greed, it's all about money, and some people try to say, no, you're worth, but at the same time, they're going to sit out. Again, going back to last week and Draymond Green's comments and how he was trying to stand up for Andre Drummond and James Harden. I don't think James Harden is a star child. I don't think he's the type of person that you would try to say is noble or honest or a role model, because this guy, as much as we make jokes about him going to the strip club all the time, I mean, this guy, you can tell, is very selfish. He's not a person that you would try to ask for a handout at all.
Wait, are we talking about James Harden?
I was just what I'm trying to say is it's you see the two where it's James Harden would sit out because he's unhappy.
No, yeah. No, I get it.
Whereas LeBron James is the type of person that will play no matter what.
Yeah, he's like a Kobe. So, but sometimes I feel like do you think he's trying to be like a Kobe-esque player?
And that's another, I think there's the aspect, I forget which commentator said it. There's one person that said it, but LeBron James involves himself. Yeah. He puts himself in the conversation of the GOATs. So if Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl, he'll be oh, that's amazing, GOAT conversation. It's just stop saying you're a GOAT.
Well, I mean, the guy does have "chosen" tattooed on his back, so I don't know. I don't know if he likes to put himself into these conversations or he just so happens to put himself into these conversations. But I mean, that's always been my thing with LeBron. That's why when people tag me and stuff about people speaking down on LeBron, I'm like, what do you want me to say? He's my stepdad.
Just my stepdad.
He's my stepdad. I mean, I still what was it? What was that one moment from LeBron where I was like, oh, I want to buy a jersey. Oh, with the Karen.
Free Hong Kong. I get
no,
you.
No. Yeah, that too. No, no, the Atlanta Karen chick or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know, that I guess that honeymoon kind of fades away. So I'm back on I don't know if I'll buy a jersey anymore right now. But I don't know. I just. See, that's why sometimes I feel like there's some type of, not fakeness, but not completely authentic when it comes to certain things that LeBron does.
He tries too hard.
Maybe that's just the right word. Because it does feel like that.
If LeBron was Kawhi, I would absolutely love him, because that's the thing. I love Kawhi just because of his.
He doesn't care.
At the same time, he's just yo, as soon as my career's over, I'm gonna disappear in the woods. You will never find me again. This guy, he's so awkward too, because I'm not sure if you saw after he won the All-Star game last year and he had the MVP trophy. This dude didn't even know how to act around his own daughter. His daughter is coming in close to him, instead of him hugging her and all that, he's like a high five.
Do you think he's gonna go apply for a job at Walmart and just be a stalker or something like that or whatever?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would just be they're hey Kawhi, can you get that? Sure.
No, I could see
I'm
pulling over.
Guy.
I could see pulling over to a gas station and be like, "Yo, that cash register dude looks like Kawhi Leonard." Go back to him. He's like, "No, my name is not Kawhi. It's Cole.
My name is Paul. George.
Leo. No, it's Leo." We're like, okay. And then he goes, malfunction. But yeah,
that's by Sarah Connor.
Dude's a robot, dude. The dude's a robot. But I mean, I don't know why we're laughing so hard.